not
you gave
ASMR.
me the shitty one.
Look, it's like a little limp dick.
Limp dick.
Aww.
Say sauce.
Okay.
That's why I fucked yo bitch, you fat motherfucker.
Is that what we're doing right now? Acapellas? Lacapella? You're doing a lacapella over there?
I like Lollapalooza.
Lollapalooza.
Lollapalooza. Go ahead, do our intro.
You do it.
That's not my job.
Welcome to Slightly Sauce. We got
Destin Doses.
Dusty Doses and Zolma TV.
Zocksucker TV.
That's all the best you got.
Shall we take a shot?
That's literally what I was going to say, but all right.
Slightly Sauce. Cheers.
Don't do that.
I'll just go die.
Buttery.
Ugh.
That's buttery. Shut up. Let me get some of that.
Buttery, flaky crust.
All right, Dusty. Topics today
Podcast today.
No, topics today, not podcast today.
Topics today for this
Podcast
motherfucking
today.
podcast. And coming to a place near you. Today we're going to actually talk about being slightly sauced.
About fucking time, huh?
I know. What the fuck have you been doing?
Fourth fucking podcast. we're doing
So,
this?
I want to talk about drugs. I want to talk about concerts on drugs versus on alcohol. I want to talk about, is it stupid to experience... Is it stupid to experiment with drugs in your 20s, or should you get it out of your system? Addiction, favorite drug of choice, and getting older and having your taste buds change.
Drug-wise?
Or alcohol-wise.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Ready.
Ready, Freddie?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so concerts.
That was rude.
That was.
Excuse me.
You've done both? Drugs and alcohol?
Correct.
Or both mixed?
Both mixed too.
Okay, me too.
I usually try to choose one or the other for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm very lightweight. I just feel like my body is, I don't know. It just takes shit differently. I feel like I'm very high anxiety, which depending on what I take, like if I take like ecstasy or if I take Molly or mushrooms, like that initial like come up is so terrible for me.
Same. So he was actually there while I was experiencing a pretty severe panic attack while on Molly, but he didn't know it at the time.
Oh, yeah.
So we were in Havasu.
Mm-hmm.
I was there with my ex. He was there with his ex. We did not know the others were there, but we had an idea that we might run into each other, I'm sure.
Yeah, popular weekend. And, it was always my spot that I would go to.
Oh,
so.
yeah. Oh. Okay. So, we pour our little fucking capsules of Molly into our water. It was me and my best friend and her dude and then my dude at the time. So, we took that and it takes roughly like 20, 30 minutes for the shit to set in. But as soon as it does, I just get sick. Like sick. So,
with it?
I'm too sick with it. So I go to the bathroom because I'm like, oh man, this is a bad idea. I got so much fucking anxiety right now. You guys, we shouldn't have taken that. This is bad, 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 bad. So I go to the bathroom. I throw up like multiple times. I come out of the bathroom. I'm filled to the brim with anxiety. I'm trying to find my group. And as I'm doing that, this fucking guy just comes walking in front of me. And I was just like,
And we had
not talked at this point in fucking
long ass time. That's so fucked. I had no idea.
Well, I had sunglasses on and I had a pen cap or something in my mouth because I was just.
Yeah. We were both just chill. Like we were both at the same pool. Like I don't know if you've seen me, but I've definitely seen you and your ex at the time. So I didn't want to make anything weird. Like I just wanted to like, hey, like how's it going? Just wanted break that little barrier that
Yes.
if it was even there.
He was trying to break a barrier if it was even there, and I was trying not to fucking throw up
You were
and have
trying
a
not to die.
straight up panic attack when I looked at him. And then I'm looking at John, which is my ex, and I'm looking at Zach, which is my other ex, and I'm just looking at both of them, and then boom, his ex pops up, and I'm like, oh God, dude, this is so bad. So I go back, I sit on the lounge chair, and I'm laying there, and I just remember telling my best friend, I'm just like, man, this is such a bad idea. I fucking regret this. We should go back to the hotel room. I just want to go to bed. And then I close my eyes, and the wave passes me, and I get to that good part.
Yes.
And I'm just like, I fucking rose from the dead out of my lawn chair. I was just like, Savannah? And she's like partying in the pool. What? I'm like, we're good to go, baby! And then I'm just, boom, in the water with my vape, my phone, everything.
Jesus Christ.
And all that day, all I could see was my group. There was, 200 people there plus probably at that pool?
Maybe, yeah.
And I was just zoned in on my group, and we were just acting like complete fucking imbeciles, I'm sure. Just mollied out. It was so much fun.
That was your first time ever?
No.
Oh, okay.
My first time ever was like in a backyard at a pool party, and just fucking like 3 or 4 of us were there, and
that's funny.
I thought I was a mermaid and stuff.
What's up with you always trying to be a mermaid?
I love water.
Every time you're like wasted or something, or you're always like, you just turn into a guppy or something.
You guys want to play mermaids, or what's going on?
That's fucked. Dude,
I do turn into a guppy.
My fucking first time I did Molly was it was a concert called Foam, and it was over here in Las Vegas, down way like it was like Craig Ranch Park or some shit. And that was my first time. I popped it. It was a capsule or whatever. Popped the capsule. And we're like in the crowd. We're like right in the middle, pretty close to the stage. And I'm like coming up. And I'm like, obviously I don't know what to expect, but I feel my anxiety coming up high. And I'm like, and I'm like looking at everybody around me. And I just almost couldn't like, it's not like I couldn't breathe, but I was just like, I felt like I was like, yeah, I was getting claustrophobic. And I'm like, I just need to get the fuck out of this group right now. And, my ex, she was like, all right, let's just go take a walk or whatever.
Did she take it with you?
Yeah. So we all took it. All 4 of us took it, and then so we go walk up, and the place is pretty cool. It's like I wouldn't even know how to explain it, but it's like giant steps. So it like slowly gets higher and higher, and then there's a big grass patch. So it's like.
Were you at like the amphitheater?
I don't know. It's at Craig Ranch Park.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what. But yeah, it just goes up. So we walk all the way to the top. And it's like a grassy area, and I'm like chilling, still like high anxiety, but now I could kind of breathe. I'm not this claustrophobic. And then so we're sitting there, I'm chilling, and then all of a sudden this fucking girl's like sprinting, collapses right in front of me. Collapses right, like luckily she made it to the grass, or she would have fucked her face
That
up.
must have felt like the whole world was crumbling down.
And then and then I was watching everybody go in full panic or whatever. They're like. There was like a little bar right there, and she's running, dumping her like rag in like the ice bucket to like throw it on the girl, and everybody's freaking out. They're like, wait, like trying to wake her up, and I'm like, bro, I gotta fucking go. It was like I finally was like slowly chilling out, and then all of a sudden I was just fucking gone. I was back fucking to the top. Oh, it was so bad. And then we left.
Paranoia
the whole thing.
kicks in, and you're just like, fuck.
Yeah, we left the whole thing, and I went and sat in the grass for a little bit.
You left the whole concert, said fuck that?
Yeah, so
couldn't do it,
we
huh?
walked, no, because after that, I was just like, dude, I got to get the fuck out of here.
I need to be on the grass somewhere.
And then we sat in the grass for, 30 minutes until I finally got to that point where you're like, it's like, now, it's like going through rapids, like fucking rapids, and then all of a sudden you get to the nice, like, glass water, basically. If that makes any sense.
I will say, but then it's just crazy how you start off well, I don't know, not everybody violently throws up, but I will violently throw up for like 20-30 minutes of the whole fucking high, and then finally I reach that peak, and I'm just like, dude, everything feels good. Being in the sun feels good.
Somebody told me that, well, they said it was about mushrooms, but they say it's kind of like
ethereal.
I don't know what the fuck
it's
that
like,
means.
It's like
ethereal, putrid.
God damn it, dude! It's like whimsical. It's like fairy tale. Like it's like
you can't say another word that fucking I don't get again. You're
okay. What
it's whimsical.
It's gorgeous.
But anyways, shh.
Oops.
Okay. They said it's your body purging the
Serotonin.
No, fuck off. They're purging the negativity, the bad things that are in your body. They're trying to get rid of shit. It's your body trying to get rid of, which I don't really believe, because it's your body probably trying to get rid of whatever chemical you're putting in here. Yeah,
for sure.
They're not trying to purge, but that's why I said it's more of mushrooms, because mushrooms are more natural.
Mushrooms?
Mushrooms are...
The mushrooms.
The mushrooms are way more natural.
Oh my God.
Can you stop bringing this? Because I fucking suck this thing dry, dude.
I was laughing because I just remember seeing a video of Theo Vaughn, and he's talking about his ayahuasca experience, and the dude was like, oh, so where'd you do it? Like Peru? And he goes, nah, man, I was like 150 feet from like a Popeyes off the fucking freeway.
I fucking hate Theo. Fucking Theo's such a
He's like, every 30 minutes I could smell them biscuits, man, and it just enhanced my experience. So what do you prefer, a concert on drugs or a concert on alcohol?
Alcohol all day.
I think so too, because I don't get that. If anything, alcohol makes both of us social butterflies. We're just fucking having a great time, whereas drugs, I'm looking around the room like, okay.
See, when I'm on drugs like that, like I want to go float away. Like I want to sit in like the grass. I want to go sit somewhere and just like let it all sink in and like feel it and just listen to music like off my phone or speaker or something and just go like zen almost.
Yeah.
Alcohol is more like upbeat and ready and like I'm ready to fucking party. Like any other drugs, I don't know. Maybe it's because I do get too high of anxiety.
I just get crazy, dude. I just will literally throw up.
You know what? You throw up on everything. Don't you? You throw up on alcohol too.
Anything. My body's sensy.
You're disgusting.
So rude to say that.
Oh, sorry.
So do you think that it's stupid to experiment with drugs in your 20s, or do you feel like you should get it out of your system? Or do you feel like that's even a thing?
I think it's a little deeper than that. I mean,
I
I think you should experiment, but I mean, if you have like an addictive personality or if you have...
That's the next thing on the list.
Is it?
I said addiction, disease or not?
Oh, 100%.
Are you predispositioned to it or not?
It's definitely a disease. It's definitely, and it's also passed down.
Here's my thought on that. Are you ready?
I don't know. Maybe.
I feel like it starts as a choice.
We're not giving you that limp dick one anymore.
No, because
you fuck with it. It's just over there flopping around.
I think that it starts as a choice, and then as you become addicted to it, I think it becomes a disease of the brain. And I also think you're very much so predispositioned. Like, you know, for instance, if your mom does drugs her whole life and her mom did drugs for her whole life, if you fucking even touch that drug, you'll probably be fucked.
See, but that's funny that you say that because I feel like I'm a rare breed and I can't.
Well, I feel the same way.
I was just going to say that, but it's like I don't get addicted. Like,
but also we've never tried meth or heroin, so how do we know?
But I don't think I would get addicted to it. I just don't have that. I don't have that addictive personality. Like, I'm cool with trying it. It's fun. Like, even my first time on Molly after the concert, like I popped a second one when we got back to my house. And I was fucking high out of my mind.
So the thing with Molly is that it takes all of the serotonin, like that happy emotion from your body, and it exerts all of it at once so that you just feel euphoric. You just feel dazed. That second one
like sent me straight to the fucking, like I've never felt that. And to be honest, when I was coming down, both me and my ex at the time were like considering trying to find another one. So it's like I did have that. I mean, I knew it was wrong. I wasn't like I needed it, but we were both sitting there.
Yeah, but you don't want that feeling to end.
Right, because you feel so good, and then you're like, what do I do? Like, we were like, made a few texts, see if we can get another one, because that's all we had.
Yeah.
But once you feel that come down, you're like, oh, like it kind of sucks because you're feeling amazing.
So I've heard that if it's good Molly, you'll be able to fall asleep on it, which is, you know, when my ex and I went to Mexico this last time, I don't know. Are we saying like illegal shit? Joe Rogan talks about doing drugs all the time. Does it matter?
I have no idea. I don't know. We already did it. I don't even think you can get in trouble. Well, I don't even think you could be in trouble like under the influence.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
I just know it's
if you took Molly at the thing, like they can't, and you don't have any on you, like what are they gonna do?
Just intoxication. I don't know.
Public intoxication. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not sure, but...
I mean, we're not intoxicated right now. Off of Molly.
I'm a little buzzed. Oh. No. I'm going to throw up right now.
I'm going to throw up.
Shit, what was I going to say just now? So after you do Molly, because of that boost of serotonin, it drains you of that. So the following days, weeks, maybe even months, your body's trying to regenerate that serotonin. So that's why a lot of people go into like a depressed state. Your emotions are out of whack. You just don't feel happy in general because your body is working so hard. But you can take things like 5-HTP.
It's funny is that, so that's what I was literally about to look up. There are,
You can eat turkey. It's got tryptophan in it. Boiled eggs afterwards. Like there's things that you can eat or drink that will help
replenish
you.
your serotonin.
So definitely with things like Molly and any drug in general, I feel like this sounds stupid, but you want to be a little bit educated on how to like nurse yourself through the process. And that's why people say you always want to have like a rave mom or a rave dad in the group, somebody who's well aware of what's going on and can help everybody through it, because it's a lot on your body, especially as a first timer, second timer, third timer.
No, for sure.
To be around all those people and to just be doing what you're doing. And like a lot of people don't, you need to stay hydrated. You still need to eat even though you don't feel hungry, these things. And you don't want to run away from your fucking group. You got your rave mom chasing you all over the place. But there's a lot of education that goes into doing drugs like that that I had no idea about.
Yeah, see, I still don't know much about all that. I've never had like a rave mom. I've never really experienced any of that. Like I've dabbled in a little of like everything. So I mean, obviously not meth or fucking the crazy shit.
Yeah.
But
he does black tar every once in a while. It's fine.
It's not bad. I mean, look where I'm at. I could still function. I'm good.
So what's your let's talk about what drugs we've tried and which one is our favorite. Go ahead. What have you tried?
I wouldn't count this as a drug, but this is really fucked up. When I was younger, I tried antifreeze.
Oh, God. That's because he's from the ghetto.
Ripped the hose off of the air conditioning that sat outside the apartment. Ripped the hose off, put it in a plastic bag, close it, and then inhale the shit out of it. And it was one of the scariest things I've ever done in my entire life.
Did you zone out, black out?
Gone. I was gone, and I thought my life was over. Like, the old TV screens, the old, like, when it would snow?
Oh.
Like the old box TVs when it would snow, you had no channel, nothing. That's all I could see. That's all I seen was snow, and all I heard was woom, 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 woom.
You're living as the air conditioner unit.
I thought I was dead.
You are the air conditioner unit at
I was
point?
fucking gone. Yes, I was the air conditioning. But my whole brain was fucking gone.
And then what? How old were you?
I was probably like 11 years old.
Oh my fucking God.
Yeah.
That's what you get for hanging out with fucking hoodlum. No wonder your mom moved you out to Pahrump, dude. You were going to end up in jail.
I was getting in a lot of... I'd be deader in jail, 100%.
He was doing GTA shit, dude.
Yeah, I was doing bad shit when I was younger.
You look like it.
What was the question again?
What drugs have you done, and which one's your favorite? Let's just list them all off. List all of them off that you've done.
So I've done antifreeze.
He's like, I used to huff fucking Sharpies.
And then I've done Molly, mushrooms. I think that's it.
Weed.
Oh, I've done weed.
What about pills?
I've never done pills.
No?
I've never liked pills, no.
What about, what's that fake weed?
Oh, like spice?
Spice.
Oh my God, I've seen one of our friends do on spice or whatever.
I did spice too.
I've never done spice.
Oh God. I thought...
That's a bit gross.
I'll get into it. So what's your favorite out of all of them?
Shroomies all day.
Shroomies?
I love shroomies.
How do shrooms make you feel?
Euphoric.
Ethereal.
I don't know what that
Putrid.
Putrid. Makes me feel putrid.
Pew pew. So let's talk about your shroom experiences. Do you have a favorite one?
I went to, like, whenever I go to the pool, I'm like, if I'm just going to go down there, read a book.
Microdose, yeah.
I don't do microdose because I want to feel it. So it's like, I'll do just enough to like get that nice high, that nice feeling, just chilling by the pool. I've had so many experiences by the pool, honestly, on shrooms because then
you wonder why I'm a mermaid. I love the water.
I do love the water too. I mean, I don't say it. Play mermaids. But I don't know, just to go down by the pool and just kind of go zen. Like there was a period where I would do shrooms like 3 times a week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like 3 or 4 times a week. Just chill by the pool, whether I'd be hanging out with my neighbors or I'd be by myself, like reading a book or listening to music.
Reading a book? I cannot imagine you doing that.
It's very weird. Yeah.
What kind of book?
I have a couple over there.
Are you serious?
I swear. Yeah.
Remember that bookcase I used to have in our old house?
Yeah.
Filled with books.
Yeah, that you
I had
never
already.
read?
I read all of
You
them
never
already.
read any of those?
I was carrying them around for some
You don't even
weird
know how to read.
sentimental moment.
Putrid.
Putrid. So, the drugs I've done, I would Xanax,
Jesus.
Oxys,
You've done all this shit?
Percocets.
You're disgust.
I know.
What does that make you feel like?
Perks, like you're levitating.
You feel buttery?
Buttery, flaky perks.
See, that's so fun. Like, why? So, anytime I've ever done like pills for like if I had an injury or something like that, like I never liked it. Like that's what makes me nauseous.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
so for somebody who gets nauseous on just fucking drinking water, like how do you function off smoking a Xanax?
My first Xanax, I was having a fucking straight up anxiety attack. Couldn't sleep. I was bouncing off the walls.
That sounds so opposite. Xanax is for like depression and anxiety and shit.
Yeah,
like
no,
that.
yeah, no. I'm getting to like why
Sorry.
she gave me one.
Okay. Oops.
Oops. Shut up. Don't talk while I'm talking. So bouncing off the walls, having a straight up anxiety attack. I'm like in tears. It's like, here, take this. Eat it, right? I don't remember if it was a football or a fucking bar. She wouldn't have given me a bar. I would have died. Gives me a half of a football. So I don't even know how much that is. I don't even know how much that is. So then before I know it, I'm like sitting on the edge of my bed and I'm just like melting into my bed. And I was like, ugh, I guess I'll sleep. So I went to sleep, but I remember nothing. One thing about Xanax, it will wipe your fucking memory out.
Fuck.
So that was, I mean, obviously I wasn't like addicted to Xanax. It was just like every once in a while I'd fucking pop one just to like get my nerves to chill the fuck out. Then it was Spice. I did that right by the fucking skate park in dirty ass Pahrump. Smoked it with a couple people and
Wait, how old were you and did this?
we had to have been like 14, 15.
Really? What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't remember who I was with, but all of a sudden we're all standing in a circle outside of like whoever's apartment it was. God, I'm sorry, Dad. I don't even know how I found myself in this situation because he's strict. I don't know how I did this, but
It's inevitable. You're a young kid.
well,
Everybody's
especially
doing
with
it.
a strict dad, I would find ways around it for sure.
No, for sure.
So I took a hit of the Spice, and from what I was told when I did it, it was just like weed. I'm like, okay, take a hit of it, and then boom, I'm looking down at all of us in the circle. I'm looking at myself, I'm looking at whoever I'm with, and I'm like doing circles around them from up above, like I was flying, and I was just like watching all of us from below.
What the
And then
fuck?
all of a sudden I like felt like I was falling from the sky, and then boom, I opened my eyes and I'm like standing around everybody, and I was like, oh my God, I need to go home. I need to go home.
What the fuck?
After that, my first pain pill, driving home from California. Again, don't remember who I was with. Actually, I do. I just won't say her name. You can cut it out. So we're in the SUV, and I had like severe back pain. I was like crying in the back seat, and I was by myself back there. And she goes, "Here, take this," because we had just eaten. God forbid we didn't eat. I would have been puking my fucking brains out. She gives me a Lortab. I take it. I'm like, what, 15, 16 years old. I take it, and I swear to God, I was just levitating in the back seat, laying there, and it felt like my body, like, here's the bench,
Ew, I would immediately have thrown up.
and here's my body, like my legs are here, and I'm just like levitating up above, and we're driving. So then we get, like, I fell asleep. I immediately fell asleep because it just makes you feel loopy. It kind of just makes you feel like, ooh, this feels good. Like, it's also kind of euphoric, so I fall asleep. Percocet, I was prescribed those for a severe kidney infection or some shit like that. I was just I don't remember if that's what it was, but I was in a lot of pain, got perks, started taking those. That shit's wild. I can understand why people get like opiate addictions for sure.
That's actually one of the books I'm reading. It's about a YouTuber and like what he went through and shit, but he was going through like a big drug phase or whatever about like.
Well, and I'm pretty sure it causes like a chemical imbalance in your brain to where you feel like you can't survive without it. So those withdrawal effects are more severe than like a lot of other drugs that you'll ever try. Mm-hmm. Pharmaceuticals are not something to fuck around with.
Right.
So I was never addicted to any of them. These are just my experiences of like drugs I've tried. And then of course weed. I'm a daily smoker. I prefer that over anything because it mellows me out. I don't have anxiety. I'm not tripping, but I won't smoke in public settings. I'll only smoke when I'm home. And then shrooms, Molly, ecstasy. Molly and ecstasy to me were pretty much the same fucking thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Shrooms.
So what's your favorite?
Not counting weed, I would say Molly or ecstasy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that crazy euphoric feeling where I can sit underneath of a shower for 3 hours in boiling hot water and not really know what the fuck's up, except for like the water feels so good on my skin. I like shrooms too.
Molly just seems a little bit like too aggressive for me. It's like too amplified. That's why I do love shrooms, because shrooms just gives you that like that happy,
nice
natural
vibe.
Feeling.
Yeah.
And what's crazy about like shrooms too is when you come off of shrooms, like, or when I come off of shrooms, like I'm up. Like,
there's an afterglow.
I feel great. I feel like I've just had like a great night of sleep. Like I'm just so present. I don't know. It feels great.
So you guys can actually research this, but shrooms are known to have a positive effect on your mental state and your perspective on the world for days to come afterwards. So that's why they call it an afterglow, because you'll get tiny little afterwave shocks of still being on shrooms where your emotions feel elevated and you feel like you're in a good mood.
But I just feel like shrooms shrooms just made me think differently. It made me look at life differently, and it made me I don't know how to explain
Dude,
that,
for
but
sure. It
I
makes
feel
you
like,
feel more at peace and at one with your earth. Like it brings you closer to your this is going to make me sound like a fucking fairy, but like it brings you closer to your
inner being.
Yeah, you're like, one with earth. Like that's why I wrote down that Avatar shit. Avatar, that movie Avatar, where the fucking blue creatures, like James Cameron, where they fucking link together.
They put their little tails together.
That's how I feel when I'm on shrooms. Like I want to be barefoot on the grass. I want to be outside. I want to look at the stars. I want to be not inside of four walls.
I think, yeah, it just, I don't know. There's times, it's so funny. Like I did have, not too long ago, I had a moment when, because I was going through it for a second, and I had a moment when I did get in here that I had like such a like feeling of relief that I had like sanctuary to come back home. Like it almost meant like I was almost gonna cry just laying on the floor. Like when I finally got in here, I was just like,
the mushroom tears are no
like,
joke.
oh my God, to finally be in my like safety net that I've had, which is my own place. And I was just like, oh my God, the relief that I had to finally just lay on my ground. Like I was almost fucking, in tears for sure.
You ever had mushroom tears before?
No, I usually fight it off. It's never, because I don't ever get those when I'm by myself.
It's always when you're looking into the eyes of someone that you're on shrooms with, or you see something that sparks it. It could either be happy tears, sad tears, whatever it is. Those mushrooms are pushing those emotions to their brink, and like you're gonna feel them regardless.
Yeah. No, to be honest, I think everybody should do mushrooms or try mushrooms, and don't overdo it, because I've never done a lot. So I've had little hallucinations, maybe like a little bit of like psychedelic shit, but I've never like really taken an amount to where I'm like fucking going through it.
Yeah, no, I haven't either. So I guess
I'm kind of nervous because I don't like taking anything where I feel out of control.
I don't like to look at the room and the room is moving around me. I don't like that.
Yeah, see, something like that would make me like motion sickness. I feel like.
Yeah, I feel that. I don't know, like my dad always said, have fun until it's not fun anymore. When it starts to be a problem, you got to fucking cut yourself off. That's part of being like an adult.
Yeah.
That's why I put addiction down, because obviously it's a lot harder for some, but I live by that. My dad always said, just keep having fun until it's not fun anymore. Oh. So do you feel like as you've gotten older, have you noticed your taste buds change at all? Not as far as like drugs go, but like slightly sauced is also alcohol based. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, I fucking hated martinis forever. I was like, ooh, that looks good. I love green olives. And then I had one and I was like, ugh. And now, dude, my taste buds just, it's so
Well, supposedly your taste buds change every 7 years.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
I want to go back to when you're high, like on mushrooms or anything. Like, do you ever have like a favorite song that you can listen to on repeat? Like, what would be your like one of your favorite songs?
Anything by Alina Baraz. Baraz?
I don't even know who that is.
Oh, she's ethereal.
That doesn't help me either.
She just has a very beautiful voice, so it could be Molly or shrooms, but either or.
Yeah, I don't know who the fuck that is.
What would yours be?
Khalid. There was one song when I was like on my first high Molly trip. I listened to Khalid 100 like probably like 100 times. It was just on repeat and fucking
Just made you feel good.
zoned. Yes.
So there was a time where I was on Molly. This was actually in Mexico. I remember how I said, like, somebody told me, I don't know how true this is, I've never looked into it, but they said if it's really good ecstasy, you can fall asleep on it. It's such a peaceful feeling.
Yeah, you already said that.
So as I was... You're fucking done, dude. So as I was laying there, we had music playing, and in my head, it was like the music was connecting... Fuck off. Limp dick fucking microphone holder. It was like the music was connecting to my brain neurons somehow. So like I had my eyes closed, but it was like neon lights that were like forming squares, and like every beat to the music was like a new square, even like forward or backwards. Like it was just this intricate system in my head, and I swear to God, I would just be sleeping, and then I'd wake up, and it was like 2 minutes had passed by, and then I would close my eyes again, and it was just like ding, 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 like light up flashing LED, like beautiful though, like an Etch-a-Sketch or something. Like I was drawing it with my mind to the music,
Right.
and I did that for fucking hours.
So do you think when you're on these type of drugs, like, do you think you're like channeling into, I know this sounds kind of corny, but do you think you're channeling into something that's always there, like whether that be a different dimension or the universe or whatever you believe in? Do you think you're channeling, you're finally like letting go of all the crazy nonsense that life is in itself? Do you think you're channeling like that
Absolutely.
inner thing that's always there?
I do. I think that when you do certain drugs, one drug that I want to try really bad would be DMT.
Yeah. Or ayahuasca.
Or ayahuasca, yeah. I feel like there's this certain spiritual connection that you'll never get when you're sober. And these drugs kind of unlock the gateway to bigger things. Like it's almost like it unlocks more percentage of your brain that you couldn't access before.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's it.
I think that too with even mushrooms. Like just a little time I was doing mushrooms.
Mushrooms grow from the earth. Come on, dude. Yeah, of course. I think.
Yeah, just a little time I was doing mushrooms. I feel like my brain has like rewired a little bit. Like I'm more comfortable with shit, and I don't take shit like too seriously. And I don't know. Sometimes I feel like maybe I speak a little better, or maybe I'm more. I don't know.
No, I definitely think that drugs like that. In that realm, they make you a better person in ways that you can't explain to somebody who's never done them before. Before I ever did shrooms, I was asking all my friends that were doing them, asking me if I want to do them, like, how does it make you feel? And the answer I got majority of the time was like, it just connects you to yourself and earth, like things you'd never thought of before. And so, yeah, I think everybody should try shrooms at some point if you can, like DMT. I don't know.
If you were ever to do DMT or like ayahuasca, would you go somewhere? Like, would you go like have it done like with a shaman with everything like that?
Ayahuasca for sure. DMT, no. I would just probably... I would really do my research before it for sure. I could probably do DMT in like a beautiful setting outside somewhere and just be fine with that, or inside. I don't know how it works, but
See,
ayahuasca, I would definitely have a shaman.
I want to do both. I want to do both with a shaman, and like I want to do the legit thing, but I also don't want to do it. I don't want to do it with a group.
Yeah.
Because like when you do ayahuasca or DMT, like you throw up, like you might shit. Like I don't want to be surrounded by a bunch of people who like he's freaking out, he's shitting his pants. Like I need to shit my pants. Like I don't want to fucking do. I don't want to be in a group of people who are just shitting pants and throwing up. Like it's just I want to do one-on-one shaman thing, and I want to go through my whole adventure. That
would be how I would want to do it too. Yeah. I can't imagine the anxiety I would feel looking around at a bunch of strangers for my first time doing like a crazy experience like that.
No, fuck all that.
Another thing that I saw, this has nothing to do with drugs or anything, but MGK and Megan Fox, this is old news, but they did basically a blood ritual where they drank each other's blood.
That sounds unhealthy.
It does, and I honestly thought it was really weird until I read like why they did it and what a spiritual thing that was for them.
All right, this podcast is over. What?
He's nervous. You never heard of it?
That sounds disgusting.
I know it sounds disgusting. I'm sure it wasn't like a fucking pint glass of it. I think it was more so just like a little tiny vial.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I don't know, man. I just feel like all that spiritual shit is like right up my alley. As anxious as I get, I feel like I would still try those things. We're only on Earth for so long, dude.
Yeah. No.
I just
drinking somebody's blood. I mean, I guess.
No, I'm not saying I would try that. I'm just saying like the spirituality of it. I understand now that I've tried like shrooms and other things.
So that means they're bonded forever now? That's like Avatar again. Like
pretty much in a sense, yeah. Yeah.
And now watch, we're going to see them fucking split up in a couple months from now.
Yeah, that would suck, but you know.
I mean, I'm definitely, I'd be open to it.
Well, haven't you ever heard of like when you have sex with a girl on her period, there's like some type of like chain that hooks you two together somehow?
No. I have sex with everybody on their period, and then I'm not connected to anybody.
I'm Dirty Dan.
I'm Dirty Dan.
You are sick, dude.
If that's the case, I'm fucking, dude, my fucking family tree is crazy right now.
Oh my God,
That's
I can't
disgusting.
believe you just said that. I don't know. You guys comment below. Have you ever had sex on your period? If so, do you feel like it formed some specific type of bond to that person?
Why, do you feel bonded to people?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's something that I feel like sex in general, like.
Yeah, I feel like sex in general, regardless of on the period or anything, it's such an intimate, like, spiritual
You're
thing.
opening your body to somebody.
Unless you're just fucking some random bitch you met at the club, like.
Agreed, but that's why that shit sucks. That's why hookup culture is gross. That's
Yeah.
why we don't really do that kind of a thing anymore,
gets
because
old.
it's just like, I don't want to have somebody insert their body into mine and like, I don't know you, I don't love you, you're nothing to me.
There's
like,
you're just filling a hole.
I understand being super mega horny and just being like, let's fuck, but it's never quite as good as like that passionate sex with somebody that you love, that you're with.
Yeah, that you care about. And
that you have a connection with. Yeah.
No, for sure.
Another thing about Molly and ecstasy, they say it's like the sex drug, but that's the last thing I want to do when I'm on it.
That's so true. That is so true. 'Cause
right?
I've never, like, in any of the drugs I don't ever want to. Like, I don't even
care to be touched. I'm fucking chilling.
I'm usually the touchy, like, I like to, like, I just feel like I'm, like, touchy anyway with my person. So it's like, when I'm on drugs, it's more amplified. But I don't want to be, I almost feel like claustrophobic again when I'm like, okay, too much.
Too much. Not touchy.
Right.
I mean, yeah. I mean, what... To be honest,
Quit touching that fucking thing.
I didn't even touch it. To be honest, shrooms and Molly are very similar to me in that sense of like that that pleasure spectrum. Like, I want to hear good music. I want to feel like good on my skin, but I don't want to have sex. My sex drive is not high while I'm on it. But there's something to be said about the bond that you share with somebody when you're doing that drug together.
I was just gonna say when you're doing that drug together, like, even
you're sharing a soul, basically.
And I feel that, and it's like, so obviously you've kissed that person, right? Like, have you ever like kissed when you're on Molly or?
Yeah.
And just like, for me anyway, like if I kiss somebody, we're both on shroom, like that, you almost feel connection. Like it's almost like overwhelming. Like when you just get close face to face and you kiss and you're just like, you feel that energy like kind of pass through you. It's very odd.
So my first time ever doing Molly, I did it with one of my friends, and you know, she had done it before, but I was super nervous, and so it was like we got a hair up our ass. Like we were gambling somewhere, and she was like, "Hey, I want to go do Molly," and I was like, "Well, fuck, I don't got nothing going on. Maybe I'll try." It was like, I'm not like that, but I was spontaneous enough to be like, "Okay, fuck it, let's do it." Ate them right then and there, and then she was like, "Well, we're gonna have to get the fuck out of here because we're definitely not gonna want to be in here when it hits." So we leave, and it hits me at the moment where we are getting to the house that we were going to, and the amount of anxiety I felt, I was just like, "Dude, I can't go in there. I can't do this. I have to go home. You have to take me home. I just need to be home." And she was like, "No, dude, you can't do that." Her exact words were, "We're sharing a fucking soul right now. We cannot be separated from each other." And all of a sudden, that clicked with me in my head of like, no, she's right. Because if I leave and I'm by myself, my first time ever doing Molly, I'm going to be fucking beside myself not knowing what the fuck's going on. I'm like a baby vampire in that sense. Like, you don't know what the fuck's going on.
Right.
And so as soon as the stress passed and we were together, I just remember looking over at her and I was just like, we really are sharing a soul right now. And then we literally just held hands and had our feet in the water.
That's so funny.
For like an hour. And
people who are listening to this who have never experienced that, who have never really done drugs or just been in different settings to where they can't, they're looking at us like we're fucking, we're probably crazy. Like, oh, here we go. These fucking.
It's something that you have
guys.
to experience to talk about or understand at all, to be honest. First time doing shrooms was with me and Maddie. We had a designated driver because all we wanted to do.
I feel like you told me this story. You told me when you first did shrooms. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, we wanted to drive around the city. We went down the Las Vegas Strip. We saw all the lights, and the lights when you're on shrooms to a certain extent are just like bright, vibrant. So we drove around the Strip, and then we were like, let's go to a park. So our designated driver drives us to a park. We're walking around in the park. Madison wanted to be in the grass. I was on the other side of the fucking park in the grass, just running around like free birds. Like, it just felt good to be outside looking up at the stars.
I want to look at the stars.
All of the lights. And then at one point she looked over at me and I looked at her and she started bawling and I was just like, so then I started bawling and I was like, why are you crying? And she was like, you're just so beautiful. And I was just like, oh my God, so are you. I love you. Yeah, those emotions are heightened.
Yeah, I haven't had a cry moment. I'm sure it's going to come eventually, but yeah.
It's beautiful.
I don't know. It's because I haven't really done shroomies with anybody except one person. And I don't know. I'm just like, I'm like not at that point to where I'm not necessarily comfortable with crying, but I do hold that back.
It's just crazy in general to think of like all of the inhibitions that humans have that just completely disintegrate when you do drugs or like even drinking alcohol, like all of those second guesses or everything that stops you from doing what you want to do as a sober person, the shit just is out the window.
Yeah, I feel like that's all ego. So it shuts your whole ego off.
Kill the ego, feed the soul.
Well said. That's exactly what it feels like because your ego's gone. You don't question yourself. You don't look at yourself. You might in certain like moments, but yeah, it's not like you're sitting there beating yourself. That's why I do like alcohol too, is because I do judge myself constantly being sober. Like I'm not that, if you meet me when I'm intoxicated, like I have a nice buzz or something, and then you meet me sober, you're like, these are two different fucking people.
Yeah, your inhibitions are gone. You ever looked at yourself in a mirror on shrooms?
Yeah.
Ugh.
You don't like it?
I've heard so many people tell me that they like it a lot.
That's me. You know what's funny? So
I must have some demons chilling in me because I looked in the mirror and I swear to God, I thought when I waved at the mirror that the bitch looking back at me was going to just be like, not wave back. I could have swore it was somebody else that I was looking at. My fucking pupils were huge. My eyes were just pitch black. And I was just like, who are you?
I always look at myself in the mirror, and it's like when I'm sober and I look at myself in the mirror, it's just looking at myself. But when I'm on shrooms, like I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, you're fucking handsome. Like you're a beautiful person. Like it's like sounds so corny, but
handsome
it's like
Squidward.
That's the only time I ever look in the mirror and I'm like, look at you.
You got it going on, my guy. You. Not me. I looked in the mirror and I was like, ah! Ah! Who's that? Get the fuck out of here.
But yeah, see, I don't do that sober. Like I could be like in my nicest fit and feeling great, just got a fresh cut, shaved, I'm ready to go, and I wouldn't think anything of it. But I could be like on shrooms, look in the mirror, and I'm like,
how much did you take?
I have no idea. I usually take like a stem or two, depending on. I don't know. The ones the shrooms that I have are a little intense.
Yeah.
And because I've given some to other people too, and they're like, dude, these shrooms are fucking intense.
The first time I ever took shrooms, I ate 3 caps and 3 stems.
Yeah, so you wouldn't be able to do that with mine. You'd be fucking sent to space.
And it lasted us like 8 hours. And then finally, me and Madison were just like, we got home. We took a walk to the gas station because I was like, dude, we got energy for days. Let's just go on a walk. And we were just like, yeah, we walked. Speed walked?
We sped walked.
We sped it up and walked all the way to the motherfucking gas station. We walked all the way to this gas station, got waters because we got to get something while we're here. So we got some waters. And then we just fucking all the way back home. And it was like, I could have ran a marathon and not felt any fatigue. No fatigue. You're ready to fucking rumble. So when we get back to the house and it's like, we're coming up on the 7th or 8th hour mark of being on the shit. And I could feel that I was like, my body was pretty much like, okay, we're done here. Like, I think it's time to go to bed. And then woke up the next day and I fucking worked out and I just felt amazing. I even felt prettier when I looked at myself. I remember sending you a picture of my face and I was just like, B, you're not going to be able to tell, but like I got a shroom afterglow going on right now. That was the first time I ever took them.
Maybe.
I like called you to tell you about the whole experience.
I remember you calling me to talk about it. Yeah.
It's crazy though. Yeah. I feel like, I don't know. I think that's why Slightly Sauced, we chose all 3 of those logos. What if when you do drugs and you learn more and more about like Earth and you as a human living soul being, you get to a higher dimension somehow when you die to where you get to enjoy that for the rest of your life. Like we are like avatars that just roam around and enjoy Earth for what it is. But if you never learn those things and you get stuck in like this human society where we worry about fucking taxes and drama between other humans about like relationships or whatever the fuck it may be, like when you get stuck in that cycle of just being a human. She
just did my like birth chart and birth everything, and I don't exactly know what she went through.
Did she give you your regular sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign?
She gave me all.
What's your moon sign?
I don't know exactly what's what, but obviously I'm a Libra because of October.
I am like almost all Aquarius, but I have an Aries moon and a Gemini rising.
Yeah, see, I don't know exactly what my thing was, but what I was getting at is she checked another chart and it shows like what level you're at. Supposedly there's 9 levels.
9 houses.
I don't know. There's 9 something, and your 9th level, it means you're the oldest. You've been through life. You've been through this life multiple times, and you've learned every single time. And I'm on my last one. Like I'm a 9.
So where are you going after this?
I'm the oldest soul. So after this lifetime, once I learn what I'm supposed to learn in this, like I will be done. I will be part of
Earth.
I will be a part of
universe.
the universe. Like, so I'm done. This is my last one. So I'm like an old soul. I've seen everything. I've done everything. I've learned what I needed to learn in all of my lives.
People are going to make fun of us
I know.
So hardcore for this episode. But honestly, like until you do DMT, fucking shut up.
I mean, how the fuck do you know? Like, what do we know it's out there? I could fucking shoot my load into somebody and I create a baby. Like,
yeah, you're not about to tell me like, bitch, don't even, no, man, you're not going to go to heaven. You're going to go to hell. You don't even fucking know what any of that is. Right. So how can you tell me that astrology isn't real?
Yeah, suck my whole ass.
I don't know what's real, man. I just follow what I feel like is at the moment.
Exactly.
Oh, man, I used to be religious too. My parents used to bring us to church every fucking Sunday. They used to put me in a youth group on Wednesdays.
See, I never went that far, but I mean, I used to be Christian. Yeah, I mean, I believed some part of the Bible, whatever my mom told me. I've been to church, here and there. It wasn't like a constant thing, but
it was just always an uncomfortable feeling for me.
Those are the most judgy people anyways.
Fuck yeah.
You show up in fucking your shirt untucked and they're like, look at this piece of shit.
Let me ask you something.
Go ahead.
Would you rather?
Here we go.
Would you rather do a year consecutive in prison or 5 years where you go in every weekend?
Every weekend for like one day, 2
Friday,
days?
Saturday, Sunday.
Ooh.
Maybe Friday, Saturday.
I'm doing the 5 years.
Really?
Yeah. Because I get to live life fucking... This is what I'm doing now with my fucking 9 to 5. This is exactly what I'm doing now.
Well...
I'm in prison my whole entire life with my 9 to 5, and I get my 2 days off. So yeah, I'll do 2 days in prison. Fucking 5 years. I get 5 more. I get 5 days a week to do whatever the fuck I want.
Kiss your weekends goodbye for 5 years.
Good, it'll save me money.
Yeah, but then you think about like if you do it that way, you don't miss out on as much life.
Right.
You get to be with people during the week.
I mean, it is only 1 year, but I mean
think
that's
about it.
1 full year in prison. I mean,
but God forbid I do 1 year. And then you're doing the 5. So by the time I get out in a year, you have 4 more years left of not having a weekend.
I don't care to have the weekend anyway. All I do is spend money and fuck off. So
say goodbye to barbecues and doing shrooms.
I could do shrooms 5 days a week. What do you mean? Would you rather be fucked by Bubba twice a week or for a whole year?
Well, I'm a girl, so.
Well, there's Bubba women too.
I don't know, man.
She's gonna fuck you with a broomstick or something.
I'd have to bribe her.
There's no bribe, and she's like,
Like,
oh.
I'll let you eat me out once a week if you just protect me from the rest of these fucking
She's not
scoundrels.
gonna want to eat you out. She's gonna want to fucking slam your head in the fucking brick wall and fuck you
With what?
with her fist.
Oh my god.
Could you
dude.
imagine a big brute, bitch? A giant 6 foot
fucking Amazon?
200-pound bitch. Like, give me that pussy.
Ew.
She's growing a beard and everything. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've already decided that if I were to go to jail for any amount of time, I would for sure have a jail girlfriend. I would.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Let us know in the comments what drugs you've done and what's your favorite. And
To jail right away. Jail. Immediately jail. And then our merch, dude. Mostly excited about the hats and the shirts, if I'm being honest, with shroomies on them or weed on them or alcohol. If you guys want, like, I don't know, we'll do a poll. Like, do you guys want merch that has all 3 of them on one? Or
So I just kind of did a poll on my Instagram. A lot of people like the shroomy ones.
yeah.
It's shroomy and alcohol that our people are looking for. So I can't wait to get a hat. But
Who said why not all 3?
I don't remember, but somebody was like, "Oh, what if you incorporate all 3?" So we'll find a way to throw them all on there or something.
Oh, for some reason I thought it was Brendan Schaub.
No, Brennan Schaub, he liked the alcohol one.
He voted on the alcohol
Yeah.
one. Well, he's always got like a little thing of whiskey next to him.
So which is fucking still crazy.
It's so nuts. I just don't know. Like, I don't know how he keeps seeing.
Yeah, how is he coming across my page, my thing? He's
I don't
interacting with my shit. I don't get it.
And then also, like, obviously we can come up with topics on our own, but I feel like if you guys have anything that you want us to talk about, fucking shoot a little message our way or whatever.
Yeah.
Let us know. Thanks for watching.
Delicious.